Okay, thank you for joining me for another session, Kid Philly Faith. Last time we went through Matthew 1. We're just going to move right along, and we're going to jump into Matthew 2 this time. And we'll just keep on talking about Jesus' birth and what happened after that. So, like we said before, we're not going to go through every detail, but let's talk a little bit about what we see in Matthew 2. Matthew chapter 2, let's talk a little bit about when Jesus was born. There was a King Herod. Now, if I mispronounce his name, oh well, but you know what I mean if you're reading yourself. Hopefully you are. King Herod that heard about Jesus being born. And make a long story short here, he says, okay, I know this guy that's supposed to be a leader and of the people of the Jews. Well, he was just born. He has some issues with it, but initially it's not revealed. He puts it out there and says, let me send 3 wise men out to where he's supposed to be. And let me send out, I don't know, a good-natured hello, kind of going to give them some gifts. But as these 3 wise men go and they get directed, they give the gifts, and then they find out that the king actually wants to kill Jesus because of what his purpose is supposed to be. And there's some things we can take out of that. We'll talk about at the end. But this comes to the 3 wise men in dreams, which is interesting. And then Joseph, which is Jesus' dad, you know, his earthly dad, I guess, gets a dream and says, hey, look, the king wants to kill your kid because of what his purpose is supposed to be. Take your family, get out of here. Go to Egypt. And Joseph, I mean, we already talked about before, he got a message from God and said, hey, look, you know, you're supposed to do this. So he got up, he got his family and got out of there. Then the king didn't get message back from those 3 wise men that he sent. Like, you know, it looked like his henchmen, but no, those guys were of good heart. They didn't want to have Jesus killed because they actually believed in him. So those guys left, didn't report back to the king. King's like, all right, well, I don't know where this guy's at now. So instead, through all the land, I'm going to kill any boy that's 2 years or younger. I mean, that's how drastic this guy really wanted Jesus to die because of what his purpose was supposed to be. And that's very hurtful. And then Joseph again got something else in another dream saying, okay, well, the king is gone. The king died that wanted your son dead, so now you can go into Israel. And he directed from there. Now, a bunch of things you can get from this. A bunch of things you can get. Look at how God works in people's dreams, right? Now, myself, I'm a dreamer. I pray about my dreams and pray that dreams happen for me. And actually, this is part of my dream. God speaks to people in dreams individually. Tells you things, gives you directions, gives you hope about the future. And he directed the wise men in dreams. He directed Joseph in dreams. And he'll direct other people in the Bible from dreams. So that's one thing I get from this is, are you looking to your dreams for directions? Are you praying about them and make sure you get good directions? Or, I mean, do you not dream right now and do you think that's an issue? I mean, is that part of your gift or not? The other part you can get out of this is there are a lot of evil people out there, and they might give you the feeling that they have good intent, but over a period of time, their hate and their anger will show itself due to their actions. Especially if you go and try to kill anybody that's underneath 2 years old. That's pretty crazy. So people know when good's supposed to come around and what that feels like and what that is. And if they don't agree with it, then that's just evil. That's just what they have to deal with. But if you look at the 3 wise men, I believe these are stand-up kind of guys. They worked for the king or they were directed by him, but then as they found out that the king had bad intentions, did they go through with his plan? Or did they think for themselves and know what's right in their own heart and go forward with what was right? Now, of course, they're probably jeopardizing their own life because if the king talked back with them, it's like, hey, why didn't you do what I told you to do? Their answer is going to be, instead I did what God wanted me to do. So they're probably in jeopardy of their own life, but they stood up for what was right. So that's pretty cool too. A bunch of other things you can get out of this, but if you really look at it, Matthew 2, we're talking a little bit about dreams and about what's doing right in your heart due to what God tells you in your day-to-day. So let's be encouraged about our dreams when we go to sleep at night. A lot of people are asleep at night right now because it's like about 2 o'clock in the morning. But and then when we do have those dreams, are they directing our life, and are we living them out? Are we actually giving a shot for those dreams to become reality and be what God wants them to be? So Matthew 2 is a dream chapter, and I hope you read through it and it affects your life and your dreams when you're asleep at night. Thanks, and have a good night.